Good. Hi everyone, good morning. Okay, so I'm doing up this video to go through the revision worksheet for your term 3 quiz. Okay, so do attempt your revision worksheet, alright, before you actually look at this video, alright. Okay, so you can treat it as a revision for this worksheet. Okay, so let's get started. Okay, so the first one, okay, you are required to complete the following word equation. All right, so let's look at the type of reaction we have. Okay, so basically the first three down here is acid plus metal lah. Okay, so how you see it's a metal. Normally metal is just one word lah. Right, okay, it's only just one word for metal. All right, okay, you will get your salt plus hydrogen. Okay, sometimes I like to call this just mesh okay. Of course, I hope you know what I meant by mesh. Metal plus acid gives you salt and hydrogen. Okay, so basically, right, okay, the salt has two words okay. So for this one, iron 2 sulfate for the first one. Okay, and then of course we always have hydrogen as the other product. Okay, we should need to know how to test. Okay, this one is hydrogen and then magnesium nitrate, right? Okay, so let's look at the pattern here. Okay, the second word is always from the acid if you realize, nitric acid, nitrate. Okay, and then the let me see if I can change the color. Okay, green. Okay, so the first word is always from the metal. Okay, in this case it's iron 2 I mean iron case a bit more special because can be iron 2 or iron 3. Okay, so this case let's take it as is iron 2. Right. Okay, then let's look at the next one, which is zinc and hydrochloric acid. So this one you'll get zinc chloride, right? Zinc chloride. Then you have hydrogen, okay, as the other product. So basically zinc, okay, and then the second word, okay, since it's hydrochloric acid, is a chloride salt. So are you all able to see it? So moral of the story is what? Okay, first word from metal okay, second word from acid. Okay, right, nice. Okay, let me see. Okay, if I'm using a blue pen. Okay, shall I use a blue pen? Okay, let's look at the next few okay, next few the next three okay, we have a case of a what we call acid plus alkaline reaction. Okay, so this will gives you salt plus water. Okay, or acid plus base okay, sometimes I just say as acid plus base. Okay, acid plus base, right? Acid plus base gives you salt and water okay. So often we call it ABSW. Okay, let's have a look. Okay, so like I said just now, okay, the first word tells you about the acid. The second word sorry, I mean the second word tells you about the acid. The first word tells you about the base is the first word of the base. All right, let's take a look here. So this one is sodium hydroxide plus nitric acid okay. The other one, the second one is a sulfate salt so the acid will be a sulfuric acid. Okay, the first one is calcium, so I'll put it as calcium hydroxide. Right. Okay, then next one, sodium hydroxide, sodium sulfate. So the second word okay, will tell me about the acid so that means this is actually sulfuric acid. Okay, and then the other product is actually water, right? Okay, then the next one, let's look at, okay, next one is actually you realize there's ammonia gas being given off. All right, okay, so this one, the next two we are looking at ammonium salt, okay, plus alkaline gives you ammonia gas plus salt plus water. Right, okay, so this one you will get calcium nitrate, right? Second word from the second word of the ammonium salt, and then okay, color, first word from the first word of the base, right? Okay, and the next thing you get ammonia and water lah. So these two is standard, is always there, right? Okay, so first word from the alkaline, second word which is the one in yellow, from acid. Okay, so this one is sulfate so I have sulfuric acid, right? Then the other one is ammonium salt, so I have ammonium yeah, so ammonium sulfate, right? Yeah, right. Okay, then the next few we move into a acid plus carbonate right, acid plus carbonate okay, so this one gives you carbon dioxide plus salt and water okay, so usually I call it ACCSW. Okay, by now you should be quite familiar with this okay, so this one I will have, okay, let's look at it. Okay, so the second word tells you about the acid, the first word will tell you about the carbonate. Okay, so down here we have calcium nitrate, that means it's nitric acid, second word from acid okay, the second word always tells you about the acid, first word always tells you about carbonate, so we are getting calcium carbonate over here, right? Okay, next thing that we have, okay, same thing. Okay, I'm going to get the acid. Okay, so this one will be sodium nitrate plus carbon dioxide, and then you have water. Next one you get magnesium sulfate plus water plus carbon dioxide. Okay, and let's look at number two. Number two, you have sulfuric acid and nitric acid. Okay, so when we will talk about acid, the cation will be always H plus. Alright, then sulfuric acid, it will be SO4 2 minus. So if you are not too sure about this, you can actually look at your those polyatomic ions. You can actually look at your summary booklet it's on page 2 of your summary booklet. So this one you need to do a crisscross, you get H2SO4. Next one is nitric acid, you get H plus, NO3 minus, so plus 1 minus 1. So this one just write down 1:1. Okay, so this is a case you have the same charge, so write down 1:1. Okay, so this is a case sulfuric acid is different charge. Okay, so this case you have to do the so-called crisscross method. Okay, then lastly we have hydrochloric acid, H plus, Cl minus, so this one you get HCl. Okay, 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 then we move on to the three alkalines. Okay, so this one we have sodium hydroxide is OH minus, so 1 to 1. This one, because same charge. Next one, also the same thing, K plus OH minus. Okay, so this one KOH, everything capital letter. Next thing, Ca2 plus hydroxide OH minus. So this one you need to do a crisscross. Okay, but you need to put a bracket. Okay, so this one is a polyatomic ion. So if it's more than one of these, you need to actually put bracket. Don't forget. You put bracket. Okay, right. Okay, next thing, we are given using only substance from the list below. We are given a list, answer the questions that follow. Okay, so the first few questions is first four parts, part A to D, is actually about oxides. Alright, okay, so this one, okay, oxide there are quite a few things. If you want, you should look at your summary notes. Which page? Let me look for you. Okay, page 6 of your summary notes. Okay, they will tell you actually how you actually classify the oxides, right? Okay, wait, I might have missed out some things. Okay, no, I don't think. Okay, yeah, I'm not missing out anything. Okay, so oxide, basically first thing first, you have to see metal or non-metal. Okay, if it's metals, there's two types. Okay, one is basic, the other one is amphoteric. Okay, under your non-metal, then actually you get two, another two you get neutral or acidic. Okay, so usually normally how I remember is I try to remember the exceptions under metal and non-metal and then the rest. Okay, what do I mean by that is that, for example, amphoteric, right? Okay, there's only like three kinds. One is zinc oxide, aluminium oxide, and then you have lead-2 oxide. Yeah. Okay, so ZAL. If you are using a formula, then what you call that? ZAP lor. Okay, some people always say ZAP, but when you use ZAP is the formula lah. ZAL is the name itself. Okay, so the rest of the metal oxide actually are all basic. Okay, then neutral one has to be monoxide. Okay, so monoxide you have those non-metal monoxide. Example is what? No cold water lah, right? No cold water, NOCOH2O, right? Okay, all the monoxide. Then acidic is the rest of the non-metal oxides. Okay, so for acidic oxide, this one confirm has to be non-metal lah. Okay, so pick a non-metal dioxide or trioxide kind lah. Okay, so long as not monoxide, it's okay. Alright, so non-metal, I have only sulfur dioxide in this list. Okay, neutral oxide is your water. Okay, then amphoteric oxide, I have zinc oxide from here. Then as for the basic oxide, I will have copper 2 oxide. Okay, then next thing, two substances react together to form salt and water. So the first one is acid plus base gives you salt and water. Right, so pick one acid, one base. Do I have acid? Okay, here I have. Okay, so nitric acid. Okay, and a base. So either sodium hydroxide or copper 2 oxide. Okay, either one is fine. Okay, then let me see, what else do I have? Okay, the next thing I have hydrogen and salt. Okay, so this one you got to go for a metal plus acid combination. Okay, so in the list, what do we have? Metal. Okay, must be zinc, cannot be gold. Gold, this one is actually unreactive metal. Okay, then acid, so zinc and nitric acid lor. Okay, next one you have carbon dioxide, salt and water. So this one you need acid plus carbonate. Yeah, acid plus carbonate. Let me see. Okay, you have calcium carbonate and nitric acid. Right, calcium. Oh, sorry, calcium carbonate. And nitric acid. Right. Okay, then all these tests for gases is the next few parts. So test of gases you can refer to page 10 okay, of the summary booklet given out to you. Right, okay, test is you say that you insert lighted, or another way to say is the burning spleen, okay, into test tube. Okay, then the observation you say that the lighted spleen extinguishes with a pop sound. Okay, a lot of y'all sometimes what y'all do y'all just think of the pop sound. Y'all never think about the extinguish with a pop sound. Sorry. Okay, so the word extinguish must come with the pop sound. Okay, so common mistake is people don't write the extinguish. Right, then you will have some problem. Okay, then likewise later on is what carbon dioxide. Okay, so you say this bubble gas, okay, into the lime water. Okay, so for observation is that you can say these are white precipitate, okay, is formed in lime water. Okay, then as for the test for ammonia gas, okay, that one I think you all know because it's an alkaline gas, so moist red litmus paper. Okay, then please don't say it turns blue okay, it is not accepted, spell the whole thing. Alright, so moist red litmus paper turns blue. Right, let me see how much I have. Wow, it's a long worksheet. Okay, right, okay, let's look at question number 4. Right, okay, so complete the following chemical equation with proper chemical formula and state symbols. Right, okay, so for this okay, the first two, okay, is acid plus metal alright. Okay, acid plus metal, so it give you salt plus hydrogen. Okay, so we have to figure out the formula of the salt. Hydrogen is always H2 okay, so just like when you name it, okay, the first one is from the metal one so this one is Mg. If you check periodic table, group 2 please check your periodic table anyway. Sometimes you don't have the habit to check. Okay, then chloride. Okay, so this one we are looking at MgCl2 magnesium chloride. Okay, the next one we'll take it as iron 2 plus. Okay, then you have sulfate. Alright, so same charge 1 to 1 again. Alright, so all this I think is balanced at this point of time. Alright, okay. I need a quick break first before I come back. Alright, okay, so the next three, okay, we are looking at acid plus bases. Gives you salt plus water lah. Okay, so just like when you write the name, first word, or rather the first ion is from the base lah. Alright, so this one is Fe2 plus Cl minus lah. Alright, this one is from first one from base, second one from acid one always. Okay, so this case you have to do crisscross FeCl2 right, and then you have a water H2O. Right, okay, so now there is balance, right? Okay. Okay, next one you have copper 2 oxide plus sulfuric acid. So this is Cu2 plus SO4 2 minus. Okay, so water as a product. Okay, so we have CuSO4. Okay, since it's 2 plus 2 minus, it's the same charge. Alright. Okay, moving on. I have Zn2 plus and Cl minus. So this one I get ZnCl2. Do a crisscross. Then you have H2O. Alright. Then the next three I have acid plus carbonate reaction. Okay, so this one what I get is acid plus carbonate gives you carbon dioxide, salt and water. Right? Okay. Let's look here. We have sodium carbonate and hydrochloric acid. Okay. So I will write down those more standard ones first. Okay, so I have 2 sodium down here, right? 2 Na down here and then 2 Cl down here. Okay. So Na plus Cl minus. Okay, but I have 2 sets of them, NaCl. Okay, before I can balance so from here you have 2H which is also balanced, and then I tell you to look at it as a whole thing, carbonate. So CO3 becomes CO2 so the remaining oxygen comes here, right? Okay, under the H2O. Alright, okay, next thing, okay, wow, this one needs state symbols. Yeah, I forgot to put the state symbols. Okay, so let me input all the state symbols. This is aqueous, this is gas, this is aqueous, this is gas, aqueous, liquid, aqueous, liquid, this is aqueous, liquid. Right. Okay, so the next one, calcium carbonate and nitric acid. Okay, so this will gives you calcium. Okay, so once again H2O first lah, and CO2. Okay, then I have Ca2 plus and NO3 minus. So this one becomes Ca bracket NO3 2 lah, right? Okay. Next thing is also nitric acid and sodium hydroxide. Okay, so this one acid alkaline lah. Okay, so typical neutralization reaction. Okay, so this one the salt is sodium nitrate, Na plus NO3 minus, then you get water. Right, so this one H2O, and this one you get NaNO3. Okay, next thing is yeah, also acid alkaline. So this case the first one cation ion comes from the base okay, cation ion from base always. Okay, the anion SO42 minus is actually from the acid, so it gives you K2SO4, then 2 water. Yeah. Okay, next one you get ammonia gas, salt, as well as water. Right, so how I look at it is this way. Okay, this one you have NH4 plus Cl minus, this one Na plus OH minus. Okay, so the first one so this is Na plus Cl minus, so the cation ion is always from your alkaline, the anion is always from the ammonium salt. Right, okay, then the last one I have 2K plus 2OH minus, 2 NH4 plus and 1 SO42 minus. Right, okay, let me see. So this one you get potassium sulfate lor. So crisscross you get K2SO4, H2O, and then ammonia gas. Right, so this will be 2 2 lah. If usually you see like what you call that, 2 OH minus and 2 NH4 plus, right, normally you give you 2 water, 2 ammonia gas. Right, okay, then we try to balance this one. Okay, I think this one I will just put down the answer lah. Okay, if you have got any questions you can message me or ask me for help. Okay, because I want to save a bit more time to go through those graph questions instead lah. Alright, okay, so okay, maybe I just quickly explain lah, okay, how we balance. Okay, maybe pick this one as an example. Okay, part B as an example. So this one you have Ca2 plus and then 2OH minus. Okay, this one you have 2H plus. Please don't write it as H2 plus, there's no such thing. Alright, there's no such thing, erase away. Okay, then you have sulfate SO4 2 minus, this Ca2 plus SO4 2 minus, this is H2O. Okay, so sulfate and sulfate balance of calcium measure. Okay, but now we got 2 sets of H plus, 2 sets of OH minus, so this gives you 2 water. Right, okay, then for C, I'm just going to put down the answer. Okay, then when it comes to carbonate, the next example D, okay, how do you balance this? Okay, let's look at this. I can write it over here. 2 Na plus CO3 2 minus. This is 2H plus 1 SO4 2 minus, 2 Na plus 1 SO4 2 minus. Okay, let's have a look lah. Okay, so Na plus and 2 Na plus 2 Na plus balance, this one balance, this one balance. Okay, so CO3 will become CO2 then the remaining O goes here. Yeah, and yeah. Okay, so the next thing is acid metal lah. Okay, this one you have a Mg2 plus 2NO3 minus. This is a H2, H plus NO3 minus. This is a Mg. Okay, so basically we need two nitrates lah. So if this is 2, this has to be 2 as well. So 2 nitrate together. Your H plus and NO3 minus, they are a couple lah. Okay. Where else? The next one is 111. Okay. Right. Okay. Now I have a acid base. This one. G. Okay. Look at G. H plus Cl minus. This one Mg2 plus O2 minus. Okay. This one Mg2 plus 2 chloride. Because MgCl2. Then gives you H2O. Okay, so one loop I think I have to balance my chloride lah. This is 2, this is 2 . Okay, so chloride settle, Mg settle. Okay, then I got H2O. Right. Okay, so then now is carbonate again I believe. Yeah, carbonate again Okay, so this is a 2. Then I think yeah, that's it. Next thing. Oh, there's a typo, goodness. Okay lah, maybe we change this to Na2SO4. Sorry just realized this typo. Okay, so I have Na2SO4. Yeah, already balanced this one. Okay, next one, ammonium salt with alkaline. So this is 2NH4 plus. Sulfate SO4 2 minus. This is K plus OH minus. This is 2K plus SO4 2 minus H2O and H3. Okay. So let's see sulfate settle. Okay, this one not settle. K plus now then settle. So I put a 2. Okay, then you have 2 sets of NH4 plus and 2 hydroxides, right? So usually this would be 2 and 2, right? Okay, what else? Okay, this one put 2, 2, right? Okay, then next one, which metal does not react with acid? This one you have to recall your reactivity series. I'm writing chemical symbols. I hope you understand them. Copper, silver. Okay, so basically what happens is this. Okay, those above hydrogen. Hydrogen is not a metal lah. Just there as a reference point. Okay, they will react with acid. Okay, then these two okay, we call them unreactive metals. Does not react with acid. So this one has to be copper lah. Okay, so now we have approached the graph questions. Let's see, do we have a lot? 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Wow, a lot of questions. Okay, try your best to go through this one. Okay, so dilute hydrochloric acid was added 5 centimeter cube at a time to the beaker of aqueous sodium hydroxide until 25 centimeter cube of acid has been added. So the mixture was stirred and temperature taken after addition of each 25 centimeter cube of acid. After the addition of each 5 centimeter cube of acid, so the results obtained are as shown. Okay, so what the question wants us to do? Let's see. Okay, so plot the graph of temperature of mixture against the volume of acid. Use first 4 points for the first line and last 2 points for the second line. Okay, connect the two intersecting. Okay, so let's take a look. First 4 points. So this kind you must read your question very carefully. Listen to, read and know what the question wants from you. Alright, so first 4 points. Okay, 0, 20, 5 and 24, 10, 28.5, Right, what else? 1532.5 here. Okay, first 4 point, last 2 point now. 2035. 2035. 2530. Okay, so how do I do this? Okay, so something like this. Right, you have a ruler, should be able to draw more accurate than me. Alright, so first line, second line, I think you have something similar inside your assignment as well. So state the highest temperature that is reached. In this case, it's basically 30. My case, the highest temperature is reached here. So I think around 35.5. Okay, so nice look at the next thing. Neutralization occurs when highest temperature is reached. A few drops of universal indicator was added to a mixture at the start. What will the color be when you have 25 centimeter cube? Okay, that means excess acid already. So it will be red color. What kind of acid is that? Hydrochloric acid, should be red. Okay, so next one on farmers. Okay, so I emphasize quite a lot few times in your assignment. Okay, as well as in the notes. Right, okay, so a farmer uses water to from a pond to water his fields here. So he find that the pond water turns too acidic over time. So to reduce the acidity, he adds bags containing substance X. So it takes pH reading for every 2 bags of X added. Okay, so the first one is 0 bags. Is for when it's 2 is 4.8. When it's 4 is 5.6. 5.6. Right. Okay, when it's 6, then is this one where oh no 9. When it's 8, 9.8. Okay, so it goes this way, then a curve up. Right. Okay, so generally I think graph is okay for you. Okay, just remember to, when they say plot, put one X down there. If not, I will penalize you because you never plot. Okay, plot means when the question say plot means you must put this X. Alright, some of you just dot. No, you must put the cross. So how many bags are needed to neutralize this acid? So let's look at pH 7. Unneeded. So in this case it feels like number of bags, 5 bags. Okay, has to be a whole number of bag. So suggest one substance that bag X could possibly contain. Right, so this one is quicklime, calcium oxide, or actually slaked lime, calcium hydroxide. So this is slaked lime, calcium oxide is quicklime. Okay, so farmers specialize in growing tulip. So the soil is 5. So tulips require the soil to have a pH of 6 to 6.5. Name the chemical that's often used to spread over the field. Alright, let's have a look at this. Okay, so this one you can write calcium oxide or hydroxide again . you say that for example you choose calcium oxide, so you say calcium oxide will react with acid in the soil to form salt and water, right? Okay, next one, question 9, then 10, then 11, 12, then I think that's it. Okay, let's have a look. Okay, so farmer grows soya beans in a field where the soil has a pH of 5.5. Use the graph to determine the yield of soya beans you could get from his crops. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Farmer grows soya beans, so he's the one you could get from the crop. Right. 5.5. Let me see. Okay, so we read up from 5.5. So the yield is around 2000, right? So student makes the following claim. Soya bean grows optimally at neutral pH. Use the graph to explain if the claim made by the student is correct. Soya bean grows optimally at neutral. Okay, grows best at around, I would say, let me see, somewhere here. Around like 6.6, I think. So you say from the graph, soya bean yield is the highest at around 6.6. Highest at 2500 kg per hectare at a pH of 6.6. Okay, so the pH of the soil in another field is 4. Name a substance that the farmer can use. Okay, so this one same thing. Calcium oxide or calcium hydroxide, right? Okay, so next one, complete the table. Okay, so this one is to test you on the colors lah of your universal indicator, the Roy G beef. I hope you will know what it means. Red is R is red, O is orange, yellow, Y is yellow, G is green, blue, B is blue, I is indigo, and V is violet. So this one, the pH 0 to 2. This one, 3 to 4, 5 to 6. This is 7. Then this is 8 to 9, 10 to 11, 12 to 14. Okay, so his CL belongs to red lah. Okay, green to, this one is violet. Okay, so this one is H plus, OH minus responsible. So name the type of reaction that occurs between acid and potassium hydroxide. Potassium hydroxide is an alkaline. So this kind of reaction we call it neutralization. Okay, write an equation can. Okay, so basically hydrochloric acid plus potassium hydroxide. Okay, this gives you potassium chloride lah. So HCl plus KOH gives you KCl plus H2. Right. Okay, let me see how much we have left with. Okay, soon question 11 now. So the acid rain causes the soil in the garden to become acidic. So gardener wanted to grow pumpkins in the garden. So pumpkins prefer soil of pH 7.5 with the soil, so not suitable lah. Because the pH of acid rain is usually 3 to 4. Alright, so will the soil be suitable for growing pumpkins? Then you say not suitable. This is because to grow pumpkins in the garden. This is because the soil is acidic. Wow, pumpkin requires a weakly alkaline soil. Okay, name the chemical that you can add. So this one up to you. You can say calcium oxide or calcium hydroxide. And you look at this. Explain in terms of chemistry involve the effect the chemical in D part 2 was on the soil. Not D part 2, this is part B lah. Okay, so let's say you choose calcium oxide, same thing as just now. You say that calcium oxide will react with acid in the soil to form salt and water. Okay, this will increase the pH of the soil. Okay, then I think we have just one last question, question 12. Okay, test for carbon dioxide. This one you all should know. Bubble gas into lime water. Okay, then white precipitate forms in lime water. Okay, then next thing, a student Shakira adds aqueous sodium hydroxide in 2 centimeter cube increment from a burette into 25 centimeter cube of ethanoic acid. So basically the burette looks like this. If you are curious to find out how it looks like, okay, sodium hydroxide inside, and inside the conical flask is this thing called your ethanoic acid. Okay, for now no need to be so bothered with the chemical formulas. We'll learn it in next time. Right. Okay, so we measure the pH. Okay, balance. Okay, wow. This kind, okay, let me tell you, okay, this one a bit tough. The anion is this way. Then this is the H plus. Yeah? Okay, so when we write slightly different. Okay, this one you get CH3COONA. Okay, quite weird. Normally cat iron right on the left, right? This one the cat iron you right on the right one. Yeah. Okay, but okay lah. At this point of time, I won't test you these kinds. Ones that is very weird lah. Just focus more on those nitric acid, sulfuric acid, hydrochloric acid, those kind of strong, those normal acids that we always use. Okay, so on the graph on page 8, plot pH against volume of sodium hydroxide. First 3 points has been plotted. Okay, draw the best fit curve. Okay, right. Okay. Next one is 6, 4.9 over here, I guess. Then you have 8, 5.4. Then 6.1 here, okay. 12, 7.6. Then 12, 7.6. 14, 9.7. 9.7, 16, 10 point, wait, 14, 9.7, okay, plot already, 16, 10.8, 16, 10.8, lastly 18, 11.5, so this one is like a curve lah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, some of y'all got very weird looking curve. Those who submitted, very weird looking curve. Okay, supposed to be one smooth curve like this lah. Okay, I show y'all how to do it lah. Okay, then curve the other way. Something like this lah. Okay, some of y'all curve very weird lah, I should say. Okay. Right, then determine the volume of sodium hydroxide required for neutralization. So you pick the part. So the curve basically looks this kind of shape one. Okay, so you pick this part, the vertical part. Okay, find out what's the volume. Okay, so now we go back to the curve. Find out what's the volume. Okay, for this around, okay, the middle part lah. Let's go for the middle part of this. Okay, so around 12, right? Okay, then I'm done with this set of worksheet. So all the best for your quiz. Do go through this video, and if you have any questions, please post it on MS Teams to us. Okay,